West, IP Club, Academic Club. I think we did it. Yeah.
Ooh, it's alcoholic?
Yeah, oh, don't tell me these dry candies. That's why I put it in the bag. That's why I put it in the bag.
Very good. Well, quite a treat. Maybe we can pass it out. Cups. That documentary was made by ex-student of mine, Jennifer Cruz. She used to be a model in Marin County, and she was in our class production. She took the class, and she was in a picture we made, Rancho Roulette, which was about Las Vegas. We did it all in the studio. Well, desert scenes and Las Vegas gambling scenes. And so she wanted to make this documentary on me. But there was another one made years before, Comedy of the Underground, it was called, by another ex-student of mine. That was about over 10 years ago. Yeah, I told her, maybe come to class because I teach at the San Francisco Art Institute. And, you know, a lot of people there, but over the years, you know, they didn't look that good. I said, maybe, you know, do the class. But she was very serious with her work, and she always finished her pictures. She did one big giant picture called Sirens of the 23rd Century. And that was a big fantasy picture. I have my little Sony camera. And have a one little JVC, got a couple of them. Whenever I get a grant, I buy some equipment. And I shoot these myself, and I edit them at home. These are all the later digital pictures. I started in, when I was, before I was a teenager, making 8mm movies. And then I did a couple of high 8s, not too many. Then 16mm. Got a whole bunch of 16s, and then I'm now back to smaller format like digital, which is 6mm, something like that. And these are the mini DVDs. The first one is going to be a special delivery. It talks about that comic that I did on H.P. Lovecraft. And I did that for Art Spiegelman, had Arcade Comics. And it was a big publication that came out. It wasn't big, because it was underground comics. It came out of San Francisco. He was my next door neighbor. And this guy came out with a giant book about work inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, artwork. And so he found out that I had done it and put it in there. And that's what the first one was about. These are all going to be my widescreen pictures. They're going to look a little bleached out because I've made a big thing. Because there's a light on in the back room there. You can't turn it off. I recommended a hammer. You get a hammer, just smash it. Put a piece of cardboard against it. It's locked. We're locked out of there. So, you know, the picture's washed out. You're not getting the full impact. I would complain and get my money back. All right. It's not there. Anyway, you're going to see that special delivery. And then you're going to see a thing I made, one of my Christmas videos about the ocean. Go down to Pacifica. I love it in the winter. Big waves come in. So I had two students drove me down there. I don't drive a car. So they drove me down there and I did a little short. Then I sometimes keep tabs on my students. They keep tabs on me. So we got a portrait of Jeannie, a portrait of a student that I had, I don't know, 10 years ago or more. And she just got in touch with me. She wanted to be in another picture. She was very accident prone. In fact, she came to class and she tripped in the hallway. She had a glass in her hand and she cut her hand and stuff. But I went over to her house and made a little portrait of her. Just go over for like 3 hours or something and made a portrait. Then I'm going to have my very first Christmas video, Solstice. And I had gone to Atlanta, another venue, and the guy who had me there, he made music. So he sent me an email and said, would you like to make a music video of my newest piece? I listened to it, I liked it a lot, but I didn't get a chance to make it for a whole year because I was busy. Then this past year, I decided, let's get the class to do it. So we did it in like 4 hours or something. And I put it together, it's our very first Christmas video. Then there's going to be Treasures of Creepy Hollow, which is a, I met this man at a gallery show. I had some of my paintings in a part of a group show in New York. And my friend Larry came, and he talks an awful lot. And I went into the gallery room, and this man was sitting next to him and didn't walk away from him. Larry kept talking. I said, he must be a good guy. And he was a friend of John Keel. I don't know if anybody reads John Keel, who writes about UFO stuff. And I had done a documentary on John Keel, and John Keel recommended come to the show. So I asked him, what do you do? You know, he says he's a writer. So I made an appointment to come to his house and videotape him. And that's the result of Treasures of Creepy Hollow. Then we have a weather diary. Every year I go to Oklahoma. And I like the springtime thunderstorms and stuff. I check into a motel. You know, I don't drive a car. So I'm not a storm chaser, storm squatter. I stay in a hotel room and the weather moves, so maybe something interesting will come in, but you never can tell. Sometimes it flies up, sometimes very stormy. And this is the weather ones. We heard that lightning. That's wonderful one. No, I like it. I like it because of the accents, the speech. And then we have the Temple of Torment. Temple of Torment, you saw a bit of it there. Anybody watch the EWTN television? Eternal Word Television Network, run by Mother Angelica. I was watching that.
There's one.
Huh?
There's one over there.
Where?
He said he watched it.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. In Manhattan, they don't have it. They have it in the Bronx. Manhattan, this is pagan. They don't want it. But I had this one. I used to take care of my mom in the summer when I was off from school, and my brother would take care of her in the winter. So we switched, and she got elderly. And this is me. I was trying to get her out of the house. She'd been in the house and didn't go out for a whole year. We didn't bother going to the doctor. So I tried to get her out of the house. Okay, then I'll come back later. Please forgive the washed out appearance in the screen. It's got beautiful color. There were washed out edges and stuff.
Yeah, it's worth every bucket.
All right, yeah.
The films, do you want me to show them one after the other?
You might as well.
We're going to have to turn, you know what,
But
Matt?
don't play that last one because it's too long.
Right. Matt, can I get your flashlight?
Yeah, it's a hell of a lot easier.
This is my lighting department.
I know.
Yeah,
Well, did you see this? He's got his lighting equipment here. He carries
Okay.
Look at that. That's a Kuchar. Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I sometimes use flashlights. I went to the shop for Image and they have police flashlights. The Bela Lugosi light. But,
It's family.
yeah, it looks good. Oh, yeah, I guess we're ready for the show.
These lights. Why don't you grab a seat over there?
Kurt McDowell gave me a general skeleton of a prop, you know, for this picture, what it would be, this porno picture. And I filled in the skeleton with this drama. I wrote the dialogue. Anyway, it resurfaced. The picture was made in the 70s, and NEA money went into a venue to show this picture. And at Fox, they found out that NEA, you know, tax money was going to this showcase that was showing this smut. And they read the blurb. And it's all about these people trapped in a house, and there's this circus truck breaks down, and there's a gorilla in it. And there's like a sex scene with a gorilla. So they thought it was bestiality and everything else. And they had this big report about tax money going to this stuff. And I was labeled a pervert poisoning the cultural environment. They didn't name me, but there I was on the poster of the picture that they showed. So Thundercrack, I was so flattered because I watched that show. It was Megyn Kelly, America Live. Anybody watch that? She's very glamorous.
And then Rush Limbaugh the next day.
Yeah, that was on Rush Limbaugh. I listened to that often. And I was so... and there it was, suddenly he's talking about NEA. I said, oh no, don't tell me they're going to mention that. And yeah, and they said it's all about bestiality. I played the gorilla. And then a geologist played it, and his wife played the gorilla. So they got the wrong impression. But it was an X-rated picture, but it disgusted the audience because it's all mixed sex. And a lot of times the audience go for just a specific kind. So they saw this, and it was in black and white. And they're talking, a lot of people are talking during the hot action scenes because they all had traumas that they had to work out. So it never made any money, you know. But it did get a very favorable review in Sight and Sound by an art critic. It was genuinely scary and moving. That was the story behind that. You can, I think you can get on the internet, you can look it up, Fox, and just look at NEA Thundercrack.